Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Platitude Era podcast. Thank you for listening to us on the Anchor app or watching our podcast on the YouTube app. You could find us on the Anchor app and YouTube as Platitude Era. Today, our topic is the Jurassic Park Ride closing. That's right, the Jurassic Park Ride at Universal Studios Hollywood closed in the year 2018. September 3rd, 2018 was the very last day, so the ride was made available during the Labor Day weekend. Right after that, closed, and the ride is being revamped or updated to become the Jurassic World Ride. So now Universal Studios is making the transition from Jurassic Park Retro, the past, to the future, which is now Jurassic World and the new franchise. So how do you feel about the Jurassic Park Ride closing?
Is it going to be as bad as the movies?
We don't know yet. The ride, Jurassic Park the Ride, first opened in 1996, so it was around for over 20 years, based on the movie Jurassic Park in 1993, directed by the mega-talented Steven Spielberg, music by mega-talented John Williams, and what made this movie very special, and it's still watchable today, it has that rewatchable ability. It's not cheesy. It's not stupid to watch it now.
It had dinosaurs in it. I like the dinosaurs. The bad guys.
The movie aged very well because it had a very good blend of animatronic or puppet dinosaurs that were created by the mega talented Stan Winston and his studio.
Big teeth too.
And the artistically computer generated images, CGI, from Industrial Light and Magic.
A dinosaur is real.
The book and the ride are based on the very popular best-selling book from the 1990s, Michael Crichton.
I don't like weeding.
So, this was all of this. This ride was available at Universal Studios Hollywood. It was a nice, fun experience. And they decided to close it down to updated. So as you enter the park, the ride, you have to go to the lower level of the park. So you go through the top, shops, other rides, everything. You have to take, 3 flights of stairs? Or is it bigger than 3 flights?
It's like 1,100 flights of stairs. It's a ton of stairs. I'm pretty sure the line gets smaller just because people don't want to take all those stairs.
But it makes sense because the ride has real dinosaurs. So you want the ride to be
like dinosaurs.
as far away from witnesses as possible. That way you have complete deniability if the dinosaurs start eating the tourists.
Kung Fu Panda Ride. I want to talk Kung Fu Panda Ride.
Okay, and the first thing when you go down to the lower lot is what? You see those infamous gates, right? From the Jurassic Park ride, which it was also in the movie. It's just beautiful to watch. Every time I see that, it makes me cry.
Wow, what a pussy.
What about you?
I don't have a ton of nostalgia for it, but I'm pretty sure, for millennials and hipsters, they go apeshit for it because it's like the movie I saw. It's the sign just like in the movie.
No, I can't do this podcast without my co-pilot. Mm-hmm. So first, do you want to talk about when you go inside and stand in line, or do you want to talk about what's outside of the ride before you stand in line?
Well, let's talk about the meat. Well, if you're going to talk about a boring topic, I guess you start with the boring topic, so talk about what's on the outside.
So right before you go outside, you got that little gift shop on your left.
Oh, everybody's favorite gift shop.
Which looks like something out of the movie, I guess, which was that main entrance, right, where the Ford Explorers show up and they pick up the passengers. Mm-hmm. Now, if you go further left, you got that really nice spot where it's the lake, so you get an idea of where you're riding your little boat. But then they recently added, because of the success of the Jurassic World Ride, what they call the Raptor Encounter, where you got the Jurassic Park Wrangler handlers, and they bring out a raptor, which I think it's blue from the movies that comes out.
It didn't used to be blue. But I guess when the new Jurassic World came out, they turned it to blue.
And people are really excited. People line up, and they're really excited to take pictures with Blue, the Velociraptor. And
remember when the Raptors were bad guys? Now they're just cute, cuddly pets that you can pet at the Universal Studios.
And then what do you feel? This whole experience of taking pictures with the raptor, and it's like bringing your movie to life.
I mean, it's cute if you're a dumb baby. Well, like, so you can take the picture, but you have to stand like 5 feet away from it because they don't want you touching the dude in the animatronic expensive suit. So it's kind of not as interesting. Like, if you could, like, put your arm around the raptor, then you'd have better photo ops. But then it's like, please stand like 11 feet away. Stand as far away from it, and you might get the raptor in the background of your picture.
They have that illusion, that you're not supposed to touch the dinosaur, otherwise it's going to mistake you for food.
Ooh, it's going to bite you, this really expensive suit. Be careful, children.
And I remember one of the times we went to the Jurassic Park ride, there was a little kid that was freaking out. I mean, everybody that was standing in the line, everyone that was watching, because there's two parts. There's the line where you stand to take pictures with the raptor, and then there's that part outside the line where you can just be a spectator and watch. And I remember this little kid was freaking out. His mom tricked him into standing in line, and when it was his turn to take a picture with the dinosaur, he just ran as far away as he could from the raptor encounter. And everyone's just trying to cheer him on. They're like, come back, come back, come back. You can do it. And he just couldn't. Just the fear overwhelmed him.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a nice warm.
Do you think now that the Jurassic Park ride is closed, do you think they still have the raptor encounter, or is that closed as well?
Well, so this is like how much remodeling are they doing? Because like, if you can see in the background, that part of the original Jurassic Park ride is right behind the raptor encounter. So like, are they closing off that whole section? Are they closing off just like the part where the ride is? Or are they going to close off a little bit more of that section of the park? So like, just half of the lower lot is missing, so you can only like turn right to like go to the Mummy or the Mummy or Transformers, or like will the raptor like to tie people over until Jurassic World Ride? Is the raptor still going to be there like, hey, here's raptor encounter, and don't forget 2019 Jurassic World, it's going to be a dumb hologram ride, don't forget your 3D glasses?
That's a very good question, and it's just something that we're going to have to wait and see. And if you go further to the left of that whole experience, they have this really cool Easter egg, which is
hiding in the far corner, hiding the big mistake of Jurassic Park 3. It's the Spinosaurus.
Which is funny. In the third movie, the Spinosaurus killed the T-Rex, and then they just keep bringing back the T-Rex in the new versions.
Because the T-Rex is the good guy. He fights the bad Dominus Rex. Bad dinosaur.
Now, here's something I just noticed. In the raptor encounter, it was a different little kid that was freaked out by the raptor. And in this, the Spinosaurus Easter egg, this little kid he's not afraid of the dinosaur. He's like, actually what is he? Is he doing flossing? Is he dabbing at the Spinosaurus? He's like showing the Spinosaurus who's boss?
Well, he's probably dumb and he thinks it's the T-Rex. T-Rex a good guy. He saved Blue from the bad guy.
Now, I don't know if the Spinosaurus has a crooked jaw or if that's because it's been out in the sun for too long.
He has a bit of an overbite and he needs to go see the orthodontist.
Here's a very beautiful shot I like. It's a little waterfall, so as you start approaching the ride and you're getting ready to stand in line, it's kind of that very exotic tropical island experience. Like, it transports you to another world. Like, you're
like I'm really in Isla Nublar.
Yeah. And then here we go. We're approaching the big signs. It's like they actually took the prop from the movie and just put it out there. And then you got the little raptor guarding it. And then if you look to the bottom right, I'm sorry I didn't get a really good shot of this, but they have Steven Spielberg's name written down in cement, kind of like in Hollywood. And that's because I think Steven Spielberg was a consultant for the Jurassic Park ride.
So are we going to get Colin Trevorrow's fired Star Wars ass signature when the Jurassic World ride opens?
That's a very good question.
Or is Steven Spielberg going to phone in his signature like to have as little interaction with Jurassic World, the ride, as he did for the movies?
And then once you cross the signs and you're waiting in line, this is something that we talked about and we appreciated, which was that you get to stand in a shade. They put this giant shade over the line, and we've stood in a lot of lines. We've been to a lot of rides, and this is the only ride where they were thoughtful enough to put a shade.
Suck it, Disneyland.
And then what else? What else should we talk about? There's just so
you
much.
don't have any B-roll of like, the video screens when you're waiting in line, and it looks just like Jurassic Park.
No, I'm sorry. No B-roll.
Wow, this is like the worst Jurassic Park experience ever. It's like I was never there.
No, this is a podcast. This is not supposed to be like a Jurassic Park
I'm watching
experience.
your 1997 VHS Betamax home video, and right now I can't see the VHS screen, the video screens of what the park looks like while I'm waiting in line. Worst podcast ever.
I missed that part. I can't believe I missed it. So what makes this ride very nice, it's that it's a boat ride. So
It's
you're
a boat, so it's water.
you're on the water, and I think there was a
I don't
part
like walking.
there's a part in the ride, or I'm sorry, in the book that mentions that there was like this whole water experience, but
Books
it
don't
didn't
count.
make
I
it.
only saw the movie.
It didn't make it into the movie, the final cut. And Jurassic Park, it's an aquatic cruise experience.
No, it's a river raft adventure, dumbass.
And the ride is just like the movie. It starts first with the ooh and the ah, but then later it's the running and the screaming. And, it's this big yellow boat with red seats, which red is very dangerous.
Close your eyes. I can almost imagine being there.
Unless
Back
you're
on the island.
Unless you're in China, then red is a good luck color. And, you're boarding the ride and you don't know what you're expecting to go on. And, you start going up and up this little hill. So it's kind of like in the same leagues as those wild rides, those roller coaster rides that take you up. And then you hear John Williams' score. You have this amazing botanical garden going on. It's very chill, very relaxed. You're very at peace, zen. Then you see those famous gates. And voila, you are revealed to these beautiful dinosaurs, just like in the movie where the first dinosaurs you see are the Brontosaurus, and they're so beautiful.
These beautiful 1996 hydraulic robots that are very stilted in their animations. And you can hear the hydraulics as they're like whirring up.
And it just takes your breath away, doesn't it?
I mean, in 1996, this was probably pretty amazing. But then, you look down like where its legs should be, and you're like, oh, it just ends in cement. It's essentially just the neck
Now, what do you think
and
of
some
that?
paper mache.
What do you think of that tropical experience?
Like I said, I think this is a staple of Universal Studios. Like, if you're going to Universal Studios, you're probably going to go on Jurassic Park the Ride, which is why it's such a big deal that the ride is closing. But like, this was probably because Universal Studios' logline is like, don't just see the movie, ride the movie, experience the movie, live the movie, or whatever. And this was probably as close as they got back in '96 when the ride first opened. Like, this is the movie. It's like I'm really there.
And we heard that the line over the Labor Day weekend, as the ride was nearing closing date or shutdown date, was 80 minutes.
That's not that bad.
Oh, that's not that bad. So
It's like half as long as a Disneyland ride.
everybody wanted to say farewell to this ride. There's a dinosaur from the Lost World, the one that attacked Jeff Goldblum's girlfriend.
I don't know. It's fine.
Now, here's the big transition. So you're going from the peaceful, enjoyable ride to now the vicious dinosaurs have escaped. You got the carnivorous dinosaurs, and they've escaped, and they're running amok, and now your raft is going off course.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with that raft? It seems to have stopped, and there seems to be some kind of commotion going on this other track.
Now, here's something that threw me off. I mean, that's cool. You got the raptor pit, but...
Just like the movie.
Oh, there it is. You saw that little breach in the raptor pit, and the raptor
like the
started
movie.
escaping. And then here's one of the boats that was off course, and it was attacked by the spitting dinosaur.
Easter egg. If you look like right next to the boat, there's like a little like Mickey Mouse hat, like the Mickey Mouse ears that you can get at Disneyland, and it's just floating in the water.
And then here's something here. The Jurassic Park Jeep used to go down. It used to fall down. It was like a throwback to the movie Jurassic Park, but I guess for safety issues, now they had to just stick it on the ground, and they didn't let it go up and down on hydraulics.
I'm having a feeling like that the ride, like as it got older, it was just having too many malfunctions. Cause like so the Jeep is supposed to go down and splash water everywhere, and they slowly been phasing out the Jeep. That part before you go up on the like second incline, there used to be 2 Dilophosaurs, the 2 spitting dinosaurs. Now there's only 1, and I don't think this one even spit at us.
No, he was just chewing on the merch and survivors.
No, yeah, but like no, not the first one. The ones as you're going up.
Oh, okay. So there was a second.
There's a first Dilophosaurus, and then there's 2 as you're going up. And there's only 1 there, and I don't think it spit on anybody.
No, that's it. No spit.
Yeah, no spit. And there's supposed to be 1 right on the right side.
And then, as you can see, my camera's completely dry. No water drops. So that's weird. The Dilophosaurus was a big attraction on the ride because he appears multiple times. But in the movies, we only saw him once in Jurassic Park, or we only saw 1. And then in the Jurassic World, we got little teases of it, but we never got to see it in action.
Like, I saw a video from, like, when the ride was, like, first opened in 96, and there was, like I said, they had the extra dinosaur, they had, like, the Jeep going down. It seemed like it was really focused on all the water features, splashing you as much as possible. And another, like, part I noticed is there used to be a velociraptor on the left that would pop up and scare you. It wasn't there. So there's just the one coming down from the ceiling on the right. So it looked like they were starting to pack it up, or like there was too many like mechanical malfunctions with the creatures, and like, fuck it, who cares? We're closing this place down. We'll take out as much stuff as unnecessary stuff as possible. Yeah, they come for the T-Rex and the drop. That's all we really need.
That's true. And then here's your first glance at the T-Rex, who just scary. Peeks his head. Now, is it 2 T-Rex or is it the same one? Just
I'm assuming
spots?
It's the same one. There was only 1 in the first movie. The Jurassic World doesn't count. It wasn't out yet until 97 or 98.
No, this is what I'm impressed. The ending of the ride, it's very dark, but yet they still put a lot of detail.
Well, experience the movie. What part of experience the movie don't you understand?
And this is like the double scare for me. It's like you have the big drop, and then you also have that big giant T-Rex just pop up and just like be ready to chew your face off. And then you have the big drop, and that was it. This was like a really fun ride, and I tried to go on this ride as much as I could, as often as I could, because they were closing, and it's just, just a fun ride. It has everything. It's got that zen as well as, it scares you and shocks you.
Yeah, like, oh, there's your final Dilophosaur at the end. That one works, probably because they realized they took out the ones in the beginning.
I guess they moved them?
Mm-hmm. No, I think they just ripped them out wholesale.
And then here's like an outside view of what it looks like before you go into the drop. You have this big housing unit where it has like the whole, chemical plant, and as well as the dinosaur, the T-Rex. It really looks like they captured, the spirit of the movie or the book?
I don't know. I didn't read the book. No, but the books don't count. Nobody read the books. Michael Crichton's a hack.
And if you look at the far
Jurassic
left,
World sucks.
Those are like the 199 flights of stairs you got to go down to go on the Jurassic Park ride in the lower lot. And then if you look at the right, you got that slope on the right, so that's as you're going up. And then you got the raptor that's coming down from the ceiling. And then you make that big turn around. And then as you look right at the center of the screen at the top, that's where the T-Rex is, where he pops up for one last scare. And then I guess they put that other slope at the center of the screen, I guess, to keep the guests from falling off the boat and landing in the water. What did you like most about the farewell tour of Jurassic Park the Ride?
I mean, it was pretty neat seeing all these people come together, like for, because they're such huge fans of this thing. Like, I wonder whatever the percentage was of increase of Universal Studios attendance just for people that wanted to ride the ride before it closed.
Remember getting your shirt? It said, what did it say? Jurassic Park Ride in the front. What did it say?
It said...
I want to say farewell tour, but...
Yeah, it was the farewell tour, before the band broke up. T-Rex and Velociraptor and Dilophosaurus had issues. T-Rex is going solo. Hadrosaur wasn't even part. He's practically Ringo.
Didn't the T-Rex marry somebody and that dinosaur try to break them up?
Some Yoko bitch. T-Rex married Spinosaurus and she just fucked everything up.
That's why you have the Spinosaurus off to the side. And then you got that little part off to the side where as people drop, you can take pictures of people dropping and you can also get splashed. And on the Jurassic Park shirts that they were selling, the farewell shirts, on the back it says, "Life finds a way." So it's kind of like that Easter egg or that tease that, hey, we're closing down the Jurassic Park ride, but we're bringing back the Jurassic World Ride.
Who do they think they are, Marvel or something?
And these last notes I have here, they said that they were from a press release of Universal Studios. They said that the Jurassic World Ride is going to have all new technologically advanced epic adventure.
That doesn't mean shit. It sounds like some bullshit PR.
They said expect new animatronics and special effects.
Okay, so they do say animatronics, so that's the big question with Jurassic World is because the trend of rides at Universal Studios has been sit in a chair and watch a movie screen with some 3D involved. And it's been, I guess, successful. Like Transformers, I think was probably the first ride that did that. Technically, it could go like Terminator 2 or whatever, but I think Transformers might have been there. Or, I mean, you could even go as far back as Back to the Future ride. Maybe that was the inception point for that. But so the question is, are they gonna Jurassic Park it where it's more practical than visual effect, or are they gonna Jurassic World it where it's more visual effect than practical? So I think fans of the ride would like to see more animatronics, as shitty as they might and aged they might look, versus like sitting in front of a 3D TV screen. So we'll see. We'll see come 2019.
Well, when they say animatronics and special effects, I'm expecting it to be a hybrid. So I'm expecting there's going to be the animatronics. It's going to be the river part, and then there's going to be a certain part where the boat goes on something, and then that shakes the boat, and you're staring at a 3D screen with your 3D glasses, or as they like to call it, protective eyewear.
Yeah, they'll say it's safety goggles because immersion. But I'm assuming they'll probably keep the drop and they'll keep some animatronics. But I mean, there might be points where the ride stops and then you're kind of locked into a moving mechanism that kind of it moves around and stuff. It'll be, I guess it'll be a hybrid, not dissimilar from the Indominus Rex. A hybrid of both new and old to create something new and potentially worse.
What are you expecting to see in the ride?
It's Jurassic World, so you're probably going to see the Indominus Rex. I don't think you'll see the Indoraptor from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
What about Blue? Will you see Blue the Raptor?
Probably. You might see Chris Pratt even as well. Bryce Dallas Howard, who cares?
I'm expecting that there's going to be...
The whiny black kid from Fallen Kingdom? Maybe, because he doesn't have anything else to do.
I'm expecting...
You'll see him on the videos while you're waiting in line. Oh no, guys! The Indominus Rex is causing hazards on the Jurassic World Park. We gotta reel him back in. Come on, Blue. Blue's gonna follow you throughout the whole thing, and then at the end, before the drop, you're gonna see Blue take a. The Mosasaurus, the big giant fish monster is gonna. It's just gonna be the movie. It's gonna take a bite out of the Indominus Rex, and then you go down. You're gonna be staring at a movie screen, and then you go down on the drop. Calling it here, folks.
You heard it here first. I'm expecting Blue to come in at the last second and rescue you. You're in trouble, you're surrounded by dinosaurs, and Blue comes in and saves you. Are you expecting to see the that ball? What is it called? The gyrosphere?
Yeah, that's it. If it's going to be a water ride, which is, like I said, I think people would prefer it to be a water ride because it feels more realistic. It might look gyro ball-y. I mean, it could be the river rafts just painted blue. It's hard to tell if is it going to be a complete rework where Like, it's not even going to be the same track, if it's going to be something completely new, or if it's going to be like, we're tweaking the old track, because I think essentially ripping up the old Jurassic Park ride it's gonna cost a pretty penny. And if this thing's going to be opening in a year, then I don't think they're going to be doing such a massive overhaul.
That's true. The so far what we've heard is that the ride's going to open summer of 2019, or reopen summer of 2019.
So it might not be a massive overhaul, but we'll see.
And I don't know if the Jeep is still out there, but when you first enter the park, as you're walking to making your way to the lower lot, there's the Jeep from Jurassic Park. Well, it looks like the Jeep from Jurassic Park, but the notes on the side of the Jeep says that it's a replica that was featured in Jurassic World.
Just like the movie Jurassic World, it's only disappointing when you look at it closer.
And
give me the Ford Explorer; those are cooler. Nobody likes the Jeep.
This was our experience at the famous Universal Studios Hollywood, the Jurassic Park Ride. Jurassic Park Ride now closed, but they still have many, many other attractions you can enjoy and watch.
Just go to Simpsons. That's all you really need.
Simpsons Land?
All of it, yeah, Simpsons.
And
only Simpsons.
I'm surprised that...
and the tram, I guess. You can watch Jimmy Fallon not be funny for like 45 minutes.
I'm surprised a big Harry Potter fan like you forgot to mention Harry Potter World.
Don't do that. That shit makes you dizzy. That ride sucks. Well, I don't know how the Orlando one is. Maybe the Orlando one's better. Well, there's 2 rides at Orlando. They got the like Escape from Gringotts and the Harry Potter whatever Adventures in Hogwarts.
So thank you very much, everybody, for listening to our podcast on the Anchor app. And if you want to watch videos based on our podcast that we're talking about, we have some really cool footage of our experience on the Jurassic Park ride on the YouTube app. Search us, Platitude Era, on YouTube. Thank you to everybody that went to our YouTube page to watch our video and listen to our podcast. Thank you to everybody, and till the next podcast. Are you signing off today?
Disneyland's better.